Jai Hind students. Today we will discuss the chapter 2 from the geography. The name of this chapter is the physical features of India. Okay. So what about in this chapter we are going to discuss? We will discuss in this chapter the major physiographic divisions of India. Okay, just like the Himalaya mountains, the northern plains, the peninsula plateau, the Indian deserts, the coastal plains, and the islands. Okay, I think you are well familiar with this chapter. I think you have already discussed from this topic class 7th and class 8th. So we will look at the land of our country. We will see the great physical variations. Okay, the peninsula plateau constitute one of the ancient landmass on earth's surface. It was the oldest landmass of our country. The Himalaya and the northern plain are the most recently formed. From the viewpoint of geology, the Himalaya mountains from an unstable zone. Okay, so these are the basic from this chapter. Now come to the one by one topic, the Himalaya mountain. The Himalaya, these are the young and structural fold mountain stretches over the northern boundary of India. These mountain range run in west-east directions from Indus to Brahmaputra. The Himalaya represent the lowest and one of the most rugged mountain barrier of the world. The width varies from 400 km Kashmir to 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. The highly variations altitude are found in the eastern half of the Himalaya as compared to the western half of Himalaya. The Himalaya basically there have a three parallel range in its longitude. The number of valley lies between these ranges. Now the northernmost range known as the Great or Inner Himalaya, and it is also known as the Himadri. Mostly the famous peak mountains just like uh, Mount Everest, K2, all these prominent peak found in this region. The average height of the mountains is above of this range is 6,000 meters. Sorry. The southern range of Himadri is the rugged mountain range, and it is well known as the Himachal or a lesser Himalaya. The range are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. The altitude varies between 3700 and 4500 meters, and the average width is about 50 km. The Pir Panjal range from the longest and the most prominent range. Dhauladhar, Mahabharat, all are also the prominent peak of this Himalaya. Besides the longitudinal divisions, the Himalaya has been the basis of regions from west to east. These divisions has been demarcated by the river valleys. The part of the Himalaya lying between the Indus and the Satluj has been traditionally known as the Punjab Himalaya. The part of lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as the Punjab Himalaya, but regionally name is different from region to region. The first region is known as the Kashmir Himalaya and the Himachal Himalaya from west to east respectively. The part of the Himalaya lying between Satluj and the Kali river is known as the Kumaon Himalaya. The Kali and the Teesta river demarcated the Nepal Himalaya and the part lying between Teesta and Dihang river, known as the Assam Himalaya. The Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of the Himalaya. Beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Gorge basically the the region between the two mountains. It is well steep valley. Steep valley, we can simply say that. The Himalaya bends sharply to the south and spread along the eastern hills and mountain. These hills running through the northeast state are most composed of strong sandstone, while are sedimentary rocks covered with dense forest and mostly run a parallel range from and valley. The Purvanchal comprise the Patkai Hills, the Naga Hills, the Manipuri Hills and the Mizo Hills. The second most region of our country is the Northern Plains. The Northern Plains is formed by the three major rivers, that is the Ganga, the Brahmaputra and the Indus, along with their tributaries. And in this plain is formed by the most fertile soil is known as the alluvial soil. The alluvial soil is spread in the northern plain over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. The plain being about 2400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad, is a densely populated and physiographic divisions. A rich soil cover combined with the adequate water supply and favorable climatical conditions makes a productive part of country. The rivers in this lower course split it into the numerous channels, and these channels are known as the distributaries. Do you know the Mausuli in the Brahmaputra river is the largest inhabited riverine islands in the world. Now, Northern Plains is broadly divided into three sections. The western part of the Northern Plains is referred to as the Punjab Plains, formed by Indus and tributaries. The largest part of its plain in Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Byas, the Satluj, originate in the Himalaya, and the section is dominated by the Doab. Doab means two. Ab means water, means the regions in which the two rivers water are meet up. Basically, or similarly, simply we can say that Punjab is also made up of two words, Panch and Ab. Panch means meaning of 5 and Ab means water. The regions which is spread by the 5 river water is known as the Punjab. The Ganga plain extended between the Ghaggar and the Teesta river. It is spread over the northern India in Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, partially Jharkhand, West Bengal. In the eastern, particularly in Assam, lies in the Brahmaputra plains. The northern plains are generally described as a flat land with no variation in its relief. It is not true. These vast plains also have diverse relief features. According to the variations in the relief features, the northern plains can be divided into 4 regions. The river, after descending from the mountain deposit, propels in a narrow belt of about 8 to 16 kilometer in width, lying parallel to the slope of Savalix. It is known as the Bhamar. All the streams disappear in the Bhamar belt south of this belt. The stream and the river remerge and create a wet, swampy and marshy region. Marshy means dust, and the region which is as a like a muddy. This was a thicky forest region full of wildlife. The famous wildlife sanctuary is the Dudhwa National Park found in this region. Come to the third, the Peninsula Plateau. The Peninsula Plateau is a tableland composed of the old crystalline igneous metamorphic rocks. It was found due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land, and thus making it is part of the oldest landmass. The plateau has broad and shallow valley and rounded hills. These plateaux consist of two broad divisions, the Central Highland and the Deccan Plateau. The part of the Peninsula Plateau lying to the northern of Narmada River covering a major area of Malwa Plateau is known as the Central Highland. The Vindhyachal range is bounded by the Satpura range on the south and the Aravalli on northwest. The further westward extension gradually merged with the sandy and rocky desert of Rajasthan. The flow of the river draining this region, namely the Chambal, the Sand, the Betwa, the Kane, from southwest to northeast, thus include the slope. The Indian Desert. The Indian Desert, lying towards the western margin of the Aravalli Hills, it is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes. Sand dunes means the crescent-shaped structure found on the desert. In this region, the basically a very low rainfall is about 150 mm per year, and very arid climate and low vegetation cover. During the rainy season, some streams are originate, but after in the summers or in winters, the streams are disappear. The Luni is the only river found in this region. The next is the region is the coastal plains. The plains which is found in the coastal regions are known as the coastal plain. The Peninsula Plateau is flanked by sketches by a narrow coastal strip running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal of the east. The western coast sandwich between the Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea is the narrow plain. It consists of three sections: Konkan, Kannad and the Malabar. The plain along the Bay of Bengal are wide and level. In the northern parts, it is refers to the northern Sarkar, while the southern part is known as the Coromandel coast. Large rivers such as Mahanadi, Godavari, the Krishna, the Kaveri have formed extensive delta of this region. Lake Chilka is a very important features along the eastern coast. And the last topic of this chapter is the islands. Basically, the islands is the region in geographically the region which is surrounded by all sides of water. Okay. In India, there are two groups of islands. First, is the Lakshadweep Islands, located close to the very Malabar and coast of Kerala. The this group of islands is composed of a small coral islands. Coral islands are basically the islands which is made up of a very small bools of the microorganism. The name of the earliest name of the Lakshadweep Islands is known as the Lakshadweep, Minicoy and Amandeep. And 1973 this island is known as the Lakshadweep. And this islands having a very low area, about 32 square kilometer. Kavaratti is the administrative headquarter of the Lakshadweep. These islands have a great diversity of flora and fauna. The Pitti Island is the uninhabited bird sanctuary found in this region. Now you see the elongated chain of the islands located in the Bay of Bengal, extended from north to south. These are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are bigger in size, are most numerous and scattered. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories: the Andaman in the northern and the Nicobar in the south. It is believed that these islands are elevated portion of the submarine mountains, just like a Ghats. These islands groups are of great strategic importance for the country. There is a very great diversity of flora and fauna in this group of islands too also, and these islands lie close to the equator and experience equatorial climates and thick forest cover. So I hope you will enjoy this chapter. Basically, if summarize this chapter, the detailed accounts of the different physiographic units highlight the unique features of each region. It would be clear each region complements the other and makes the country richer in natural resources. The mountains are the major source of water and forest wealth. The northern plains are the great granaries of the country. They provided the base for earlier civilizations. The plateau is a storehouse of the minerals which has played a crucial role in the industrializations of the country. The coastal regions and the islands group provide sites for fishing and the port activity. The diverse physical features of the islands have immense future possibilities of development. Okay, students, hopefully this chapter is clear for all the basic point. Okay, Jai Hind, students.